Hello, everyone. I'm Guy Levi, ICT Product Director at the Center for Educational Technology in Israel. And I will speak about schools in 2025. And I heard Mick Waters, a former director of the curriculum and the QCA, the Qualification Curriculum Education. And he was talking about this little fellow, and he asked, what kind of knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes will he need for the future and for the rest of his life? And the answer, of course, is we do not know. And nobody knows what school, what values, what this little fellow will need in 2026 when he will be out of the K-12 system. So the challenge, according to Mr. Waters, is how can we prepare this generation for life in the 21st century? And this is the most important question, and this is what I'm going to speak about in the rest of this presentation. And this is the kids of today. They are digital kids. And no, you weren't downloaded, you were born. And it's interesting, they live a digital life, and if they live a digital life 24/7, school must be part of it. So we look at, first we look at what we call Generation M Square. This is a Kaiser Family Foundation study published in January 2010, about 3 months ago. And it talked about media in the lives of 8 to 18 years old children. And the idea is that these kids are living during their awakened time in the day with the media. And if we look at the media use over time, and the study goes from 1999 to 2009, and we see that there is a huge increase in their media exposure and total media use. But I would say that maybe the most interesting thing is not only that the media exposure in 1999 was 7.5 hours and more than 10.5 hours in 2009. But I think the most amazing data here is that the multitasking proportion rose from 16% in 1999 to almost 30% in 2009, meaning these kids are multitasking kids, and third of their time they're doing different things. And here they have to come to school and sit in silence, and this is not something that is working. School must change. Now, how it should change? We look at two different national education plan, technology plan in the United States, and it will help us to see where school needs to go. First is the 2004 towards the new golden age in American education, Bush administration plan. And about a month ago, Transforming American Education, Learning Powered by Technology was drafted by the Obama administration, and there is a big difference between these two plans, and we look closely into the different, and we learn from it what we should do afterwards. But before we look at the different, we look at these interesting issues happened in May 13, 2009 in the Senate of the United States, what is called 21st Century Skills Incentive Fund Act, introduced by the Obama administration, which is talking about the fact that students need to go beyond just learning today's academic context to develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills, communication skills, creativity and innovation skills, collaboration skills, contextual learning skills, and so on and so forth, etc., etc. Now, these skills are skills that are needed for life in the 21st century, and it does not happen in school today. The curriculum does not enable those students to be prepared for all the tasks for the labor market in this 21st century. So the Obama administration is asking for change and in the curriculum, and have 21st century skill be part of the national or the formal curriculum. So we're talking about critical thinking, problem solving, innovation, collaboration, and what I've done is simple that. I looked at both, I searched both plans, the 2004 and the 2010, on these concepts, these 21st century skills concepts. And if you talk about innovation, 7 times in the Third Golden Age, 2004, 19 times today. Collaboration, 0 as of 40 today. Creativity, 1-3. Problem solving, once in the 2004, 16 times in the 2010 plan. Critical thinking, we see the difference. Global economy, we see the difference. And skills, as most skills mentioned were with regards to the skills needed for life in 21st century, it's 5 versus 51. Meaning the 2010 plan is looking towards the 21st century need, is looking towards the future, looking towards what will be learning and schools in the 21st century, as the 2004 were still back behind with No Child Left Behind, and the 20th century education and pedagogy. So we simply set the framework for what we're talking about of learning and teaching in the 21st century. And I think one of the most important things for us to understand that learning and teaching are ubiquitous. And ubiquitous is a concept that I found or I was encountered with about 5 years ago. Many people do not know what ubiquitous means. Ubiquitous is presence everywhere, meaning learning and teaching in the coming years, and I don't know about 2025, but certainly around 2015, are going to be anywhere, anytime. It's going to be social, and it's going to be global. Meaning, at the time that we are awake, kids will learn. We are now in the age of learning. And this is a change that we're going to see in this coming decade, that we're moving from, to a certain extent, from the age of information, from the age of knowledge, to the age of learning. And learning is going to be on the forefront of everything we're doing, and school must play a very important factor in this situation. We can see, by the way, 1957 was the year I was born. And telephones are ubiquitous. Yes, telephones are ubiquitous. And what we can see today, that ubiquitous learning means many, many things. It's much more than we had 53 years ago. It helps us connected, engage, interact, discover, and socialize, and learn online all the time. And this is a new reality, a new situation, and therefore school must change in order to take part on in this revolution, in this information revolution, or I would say in this learning revolution. Here we come to maybe the heart of this presentation, of this talk, is I would say, and I would argue, that there are 4 main features of 21st century school. First and foremost is technology. Technology is the enabler of the rest of the other 3. New learning environment. We must set new learning environment. The old 19th and 20th century learning environment, a classroom with 40, 35 students, pupils, and a teacher, it's something that is gone. However, this is most schools everywhere are just like that, so we'll talk about